comment that somebody made?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. That's why I should print up those comments.
I know. It's just if I don't print them up at work, I don't. My printer at home does. I have to buy all brand new cartridges for it to work.
Do you have pencil and paper at work or at your house? Because you can copy down the comments, read them on your laptop, and copy them down to a piece of paper
Really?
using the pencil. And I think it'll be just as good as making a photocopy of it at work.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I've never done it personally, but you can try it.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right.
We're trying.
Oh, man. You can bust my balls sometimes, I'm telling you. By the way, Pink Hamsterino said that one of the... a drink I was drinking in one of the earlier videos, it was a Slurpee, one of those in an Iron Man cup. Pink Hamsterino said that the drink looked gross.
Slurpees are pretty gross.
Yeah, they are pretty gross, and I agreed. So that's why, Pink Hamsterino, today I'm drinking a Diet Coke Super Big Gulp, as opposed to a gross Slurpee. I was at the Slurpee machine. I shit you not. I was at the Slurpee machine. Pink Hamsterino's comments zipped into my head, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go with a Big Gulp as opposed to a Slurpee. So, there we go. Anyway.
We talk about recent developments in comic book movies. Samuel L. Jackson probably not going to play Nick Fury anymore because Marvel doesn't want to pay him the money that he thinks he deserves. Mickey Rourke is going to be cast in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
But they're giving him a lowball figure too, so they don't. I think they offered him like $250,000. Like that's what they offered him initially, because they're going to be in negotiations. But the guy just won the Golden Globe. He's probably going to win the Academy Award.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Pilgrim movie.
Yeah.
In that.
Yeah.
That movie's gonna be awesome.
I'm sure. I've never read a Scott Pilgrim
You suck.
book. I know. I made that confession to Jose just recently. I have never read a Scott Pilgrim book. Never.
Well, there's 4 trades out right now.
Yeah, but I've never
Well,
read
they
it.
only come out in trades. They're not pamphlets.
So, hey.
But Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I can, for as little as I know about the character from what I've seen, I can see it. But I think Scott Pilgrim, that movie is going to be a lot like Ghost World. You know, I think only the diehard indie fans are going to go see it, but it's not really going to take off.
I think it will. I think it will. Well, and they just signed Brandon Routh and Chris Evans. Is that his guy?
Chris Evans, Human Torch.
Human Torch. He's going to be in it. They got a good cast, and
what is Chris Evans, Mr. Comic Book Movie now? Because he's doing that push. Which looks pretty ridiculous, you know.
It's Heroes on the big screen.
Yeah, so
But that's Edgar Wright, man, writing and directing.
Push?
So, no,
Scott Pilgrim. Oh no, that I can dig. I can dig that. No, Edgar Wright's really, he knows geek culture and fandom. I think he'll do a good job with that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, again, Scott Pilgrim the name that any other? I mean. It's certainly not going to do Watchmen numbers.
Well, no shit.
But what? I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Watchmen. How many people outside of, the core hardcore readers read Watchmen? Do people know Watchmen like they know Justice League or Avengers? Not even.
No, but people have heard about it for the last 8 months and have come in. You know how many? That's why Watchmen was the
trade is selling, right?
The trade is selling like crazy because everyone wants to know what Watchmen's about. So when the movie does come out, people are going to know what Watchmen's about.
So will a Scott Pilgrim movie get people buying Scott Pilgrim comics or trades?
No.
See, so I mean, I think there's.
I think there'll be a select number, but you have to think that Zack Snyder, the director,
right?
I mean, he did the Dawn of the Dead remake, and then after 300, everyone wants to know what's the next big thing. And he's kind of like the it guy right now in Hollywood. Right. And when they hear Watchmen, they want to know what Watchmen's about if they don't know what it's about. Even comic book fans who never read Watchmen are buying it now.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I'm looking at that leads me to think about that our the viewers of this particular show of ours, the majority of our viewers, and we have actually quite a few that I did not
realize. And I bet you most of them know what Scott Pilgrim's about.
They know, but
and love Scott Pilgrim.
The average age is 34 to 44. The majority of our viewers are the 30-somethings and up, and then we have some in the high 20-somethings to 30s.
But that's the average comic book buyer.
There you go. But you see, that's where I think the problem is with things like Watchmen and Scott Pilgrim, is that you need the viewers to get younger. You need the readers to get younger, so then that way they can grow up to be us later on.
I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying for this sort of thing to actually for it to work for these titles and these characters to retain cultural significance, you need the younger generation to embrace them and to remember them and to carry them forward. That's what you need. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, they'll die out. They're going to die out over time. We might not be talking about Scott Pilgrim 10 years from now.
Well, yeah, they will, because by then maybe their next graphic novel will come out. It's going to take forever to come out.
And a recommendation, speaking of characters of cultural significance, I am currently reading right now a Star Wars novel called Luke Skywalker and the Shadows of Mindor, written by Matthew Stover, a local author here in Chicago. Excellent, excellent book. If you like the Star Wars stuff, I'm really enjoying it. It's hearkening back to the Star Wars characters of before, when I was young and I would read Splinter of the Mind's Eye and the Han Solo books and all that, before we got into Star Wars Legacy and all this other stuff. Much more simple characters I really enjoy.
See, this is why this is Last Rants. I just noticed this in the last week. What is the deal with people calling Han Solo Han Solo? Like, all of a sudden, everyone thinks his name's Han Solo. I've seen it in 3 different things in the last week and a half.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Yes, right. Han. Where did Han come from? Well, you watch Star Wars, for Christ's sake.
But it's not Han's Solo. It's Han Solo.
Hans. Yeah, it's Han.
Yeah, but everyone's calling him Hans or Hans.
Han, yeah. No, it's Han.
But it's just this weird new meme that's been going around. I don't get where it came from.
I don't know. I've seen it too. You're right.
What the
You're
fuck
right.
is with that?
I've seen it, so that's pretty funny. All right, we'll bring this to a close with that. And thank you so much for bearing with us up to this point. As always, we look forward to your comments, your feedback, and tell a friend. Please tell a friend.
I think people have been.
Oh yeah, and keep telling more friends. We love seeing those videos that count go up. I've got some ideas for things that we can do to reward our viewers for getting the word out about us.
Are you talking about like giving them signed copies of Xena Army of Darkness? Because that's more of a punishment.
I've got other stuff.
Oh, okay.
I've got other stuff. Better stuff.
Okay.
Nothing from me. And always be sure to check out the Comics Waiting Room, comicswaitingroom.com, for my columns and columns from other writers. I'm trying to get this guy here to become a column writer for Comics Waiting Room, but, I'm not going to...
Yeah, wouldn't hold my breath.
Not going to put a gun to your head. And also check out chicagoredeye.com/geek2me to see my blog on geek culture. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. And we hope to see you again next time.